Push a man, push a man, put your hand on my thigh. I need chills up and down my spine. Baby, can you get me high? Push a man, put your hand.
Hello there. This is Ron Wills, and I'm back at you with yet another video. Fellas, focus on your own game. Now, let me start this with a story. Way back in the day, back when I was partying a little bit more, I went to this house party. And it was a very interesting party. There were like 20 to 30 dudes there and maybe 9 women. And actually the party was actually given by the woman for her birthday. And she was very attractive and only tended to hang around other attractive women. So, she tended to know more guys. So, anyway, so she invited me and some friends to her party. We knew her real well and all of that good stuff. And I remember something about that party that struck me. Like I said, it was like 20 to 30 men and only 9 women. But the thing was, I had a great time. Because despite the imbalance in favor of women, most of the night when I was dancing, because it was one of those type of parties, not one of those parties everybody sitting around drinking, everybody was getting freaky. But most of the time I was dancing with a woman. It was not just one, but 2. So here I am, got all these guys there, yet me and a few other fellas were monopolizing the women. And it was an interesting scenario, and it's something I always think about. And I'm quite sure you're asking, well, what does that have to do with this video? One of the problems I see with a lot of men out here is that too many are worried about the next guy, or how they don't measure up to the next guy. They'll say, well, you know what, I'm not 6'4", or I'm not buffed, or, I'm not like model handsome, or I don't have money, and, it gets even deeper. Like you have a whole lot of men who will say, well, you know what, these women don't like good guys like me. They only like thugs, or they only like rich guys, or they only like college guys, or, they don't like blue collar guys, or, even gets racial. It's like, well, no, I can't mess with you. She ain't gonna mess with me. She only likes white guys, or she only likes black guys, or she likes Hispanic guys, whatever. And I hear this from a lot of men. I mean, in fact, on social media, you can always find some men complaining about women going for men who don't quite look like him. And, and that's something I've never worried about because of the mindset that I had. My mindset was, who cares? I'm going to do what I'm going to do. If I go to a party or a situation where there's 100 men, and I actually went to something like that. It was more of a political thing back in the day. And I keep my political stuff a little private. So, but let's just say people will find my political views interesting. But anyway, I went to a political thing, and I remember there were like maybe over 100 men there and maybe 4 women. But guess who walked away with some phone numbers? So my thing is, too many men, they worry about the competition instead of just focusing on themselves. They worry about too much about how they're not measuring up or whatever, or how unfair it is that women don't like a guy like him. Well, you know what? In general, yeah, there's some general stuff that I've even promoted about the type of men that women go for. But the thing is, that's general. Every single man, let me say that again, every single man is going to have some women who's going to be naturally attracted to him. And it doesn't have anything to do with that whole select, non-select thing, or that alpha male, beta male thing. Every man is a Mr. Goodbar to some woman. But a man just really has to stop worrying about what everybody else is doing and pay attention to see which women are feeling him. You know, you got to stay on his own game. You know, and that doesn't matter what the guy look like. I mean, I know a couple drop dead gorgeous, sexy women, and you know, you would look at them, you would think they would want some, you know, tall, rich guy, you know those type that you see in romance novels, but they like, nah, get him a big dude, you know, one of those big men. You know, I was talking about him in a video a couple videos ago. One of those guys be out there grilling in the middle of winter. They say if that dude don't have a belly, he better not come near him. And this is straight up, and they'll tell you straight up. Like, one of the things with women have basically two types of men they go for. The first type is that public type that they tell everybody they go for, and that's usually like the, you know, the Mr. Goodbar type, the masked man type, the, you know, alpha male type. You know, that tall, dark, and handsome, you know, rich and all of that. But then every single woman has a secret type they go for that they don't tell anybody about, but whenever they run into that type of man, you know, the vagina starts tingling. And I've had women tell me this, and it's never the type of guy they talk about publicly. Now here's the thing: for every man is that man for some woman. It's just a matter of focusing on finding that woman, and it's not really hard if you just pay attention and stop worrying about what that next man is doing or what women are saying publicly. Now I'll use myself for an example. I'll say 90% of the women I've probably dated in life, sexed up in life, did whatever in life, I probably wasn't their public type. And quite a few made a point of letting me know that. And they was like, well, I don't know why I'm even attracted to somebody like you. I'm like, I don't know, because I'm fine. I don't know. They were like, yeah, don't flatter yourself, bro. But then they doing some nasty stuff to me. And I'm not saying that to brag or anything, but I'm just saying sometimes you just really never know. See, you can't focus on too many guys get down because, you know, they not something, or, you know, you got men out here who want to get plastic surgery because they think it'll make it better. It was like, no, whatever you got, somebody gonna want it. I mean, you could have your hair fading, your head lopsided, zero teeth, and somebody feeling you. In fact, I knew this one player, that dude he didn't have upper teeth. And if he ever watches this video, he know I'm talking about. Because that dude even he was trying to get up money to fix him, but that dude, he did not fail to get women. In fact, if I'm to believe him, he even hooked up with, I'll just say, a couple minor celebrities. But you never really know. But in order to really find this out, you got to stop worrying about what that woman is doing, what everybody else is doing. You know, stop worrying about who's chasing a bad boy. Stop worrying about who's chasing a thug, or, you know, who's chasing whatever race of men, or, you know, whatever. Focus on your own self. Develop yourself and your interests. You know, your personality. You know, you might be some quiet dude, real quiet, serious dude, and there's some woman who that's exactly what she's looking for. Or you can be like, you know, that goofy dude who likes to, you know, read all the comic books. And, you know, that woman, you know, you got some women out there who they hit up a comic book store more than some men. And I've even written about that. I've written about that several times because, you know, I'll tell you straight up, I'm still into comic books. You know, more adult versions now and stuff, but, you know, I hit up my local comic book store and there's always some, like, very pretty young lady in there, always. And I'm thinking to myself, man, this could be a pickup place if I was younger. I was like, man. But there's somebody feeling. And I've talked with a lot of very beautiful women, older and younger. And there's always that one guy who isn't like their quote-unquote type who they feeling. And you could be that type. But see, you're not going to find out if you sit up there sad or don't want to go out because you're like, well, I don't have tattoos, I don't have money, I ain't a thug. You know, I ain't a white guy, I ain't a black guy, I ain't Asian, you know, I don't look like that movie star. Nah, forget all that. You know, focus on your game, yourself. Because, and this is, I always say I'm going to do another video. Really, every single man, the best thing he could do is not learn how to talk to 1,000 women, but learn how to talk to the 20 or so who are feeling him, the 30 or so who are feeling him, who want to be naturally attracted to him. And there's some science behind that, which when I get around to that membership site I keep talking, I can break it down. Like, they're going to be attracted to you. Even if they can't figure it out, they're going to be attracted to you. There's every single woman is going to be attracted to a certain type of guy that's specific to them. It don't have anything to do with what's going on publicly or what the masses want to do. Everyone has a secret type, you know, and sometimes they don't even know it until they run into that guy. So, you know, you could be that guy, steering on your game. Don't worry about everybody else. Don't hate on that guy. If a bad boy getting a woman and you're not a bad boy, let her go. Because that's obviously telling you that's not the woman for you. You know, your game. Focus on it. So, that's all I got for this video. Thanks for listening as always. Peace and blessings.
Push a man, put your hand on my thigh. I need chills up and down my spine. Baby, can you get me high? Push a man,